I was just thinking about how there's this great movie that is essentially a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, except for the fact that it sort of takes the tropes of the original story and twists them into something new.
The Brothers Grimm.
Into something
Hoodwinked?
different. God damn it, Miles! I was so fucking excited to do this opening.
Wait, it was actually hoodwinked?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
I had like a fucking
sorry.
3-sentence paragraph prepared.
Okay,
Oh,
wait,
wow,
wait.
a 3-sentence
I know. I was
paragraph.
gonna say 3 sentences is not a paragraph.
Man,
Sorry, I had
what a fucking scholar.
I had 3 paragraphs
This is
prepared.
5th grade.
I had
The real Mark Twain.
I had 3 paragraphs prepared where I was going to make it sound like I was going to be talking about the motion picture film we're discussing today, but really I was going to be describing Hoodwinked.
I'm sorry. I didn't actually think that it would be hoodwinked.
You know, I've never actually seen Hoodwinked.
I saw it as a kid. I don't remember.
Yeah, same here. I don't really
I've
remember
never
it
seen
at
it.
all.
That's one of those I've seen a resurgence
Yeah.
online. People like saying how basically it was like a much better than people accept. They just didn't get the satire of it at the time, but I don't know. I didn't
Well,
watch it.
Is that live action or is
No,
it
it's
animated?
animated.
It's anime.
Well,
Anime.
It's anime. I think it has a it kind of had a controversy, right? Because the animation's allegedly really
It's
bad.
pretty bad, yeah.
Because I think they like blew their budget on all the voice actors or something, and didn't like take into account. Because I want to say that was also like a movie studio's first movie, maybe their first and only movie. I could be totally wrong about
Maybe.
this, but I believe that is factual. I didn't notice as a kid. I was like in 4th grade. I thought it was funny. You fucking piece of shit, man.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
Anyway.
I was making a joke. I didn't think it would actually be
I know.
hoodwinked you were going to talk about.
Welcome back to Half a Clue Movie Review.
All right, whatever.
I'm your host, Blake Allen.
All right, I'm
Oh,
Blake.
sorry. Yeah. I'm Ron. Hi.
Jason.
I'm Miles, the asshole.
What are we fucking talking about, Ron?
Oh, we're talking about. Well, actually, you know what? Let me set the tone. Let's turn down the lights.
Hoodwink?
Yeah, turn that one. Yeah, okay. Once upon a time, in a land where myths and legends roamed freely, there came a film that forever changed how we see dark fantasy fairy tales. This week, we're diving into a fever dream of folklore and feminism. Released in 1984, directed by Neil Jordan, best known for The Crying Game and Interview with the Vampire, The Company of Wolves. That's where you insert the fanfare. You know,
I keep accidentally calling it In the Company of Wolves for some reason.
The Company of Wolves sounds better. It's like what Miles said last week, where it sounds like a bunch of businessmen that are wolves.
Yeah,
Wolf
I
businessmen.
wasn't sure.
It felt like that at one point.
Yeah, they
Oh,
do.
it did, yeah.
We get some dressed up dogs. There's a lot of dogs in like outfits and
Yeah.
stuff. It's pretty great.
There's a lot of
It
animals.
is really cool.
A lot of animals in
There,
general.
dude, there are so many
There's a lot
animals.
of fucking birds in this movie.
Well, I'll
Dude,
get-
they all the
frogs,
dogs just like ran down a
toads.
peacock at one point.
yeah.
yeah,
is that
dude,
like
they-
animal
they
abuse?
just- I don't know. I don't think it was intentional, but
I didn't
they-
see anything about animal abuse, but
Yeah,
apparently they did have like gunmen on set
yeah, for the
to like
yeah.
shoot the dog in case they like
the wolves.
the wolves in case they like attacked
Yeah.
you know the children.
There were only 2 actual wolves on set. The rest were like Belgian
Yeah, you could tell.
something dogs. Yeah, you could easily tell which ones were dogs, which ones were wolves. And yeah, he did say the wolf handler told the guy with the rifle was like, if this wolf attacks the girl, shoot the wolf and then shoot me because
Yeah.
he couldn't live with it. And it's like, oh, that's pretty tragic. But thankfully, nothing happened. The wolves were actually very well like mannered on set, and they were actually skittish at times. Apparently, they're scared of like the ducks and stuff, which is interesting.
Why'd you pick this movie, Ron?
Because I saw it last year or early this year, and I just like I don't know, I'd never heard of it before, and I'm like a werewolf fan, so I was like, how did I have never heard of this movie in particular? I just had a great time with the visuals and the overall like atmosphere of it. And I don't know. I just really thought we should talk about it, shine a little more light on it, you know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I actually really, really liked it. I never know what to expect with your picks. I'm always a little scared whenever it's Ron's turn. You know, not everything can be the Shaggy DA. Unfortunately, sometimes you pick things like Master and Commander. But I'm happy to say this one was much better than Master and Commander.
Yeah, my second pick with a lot of dog actors in it. So my next one, the Airbud Saga. That's gonna be it. My whole
Air
pick.
Buddies.
Yeah, all the Airbuds. All right, so adapted from several short stories in Angela Carter's 1979 collection, The Bloody Chamber. The film was co-written by Carter herself alongside with Jordan. They made on a modest budget of about £2 million. The production was ambitious for its time, with an atmospheric, studio-bound fantasy filled with surreal imagery, lavish sets, and striking practical effects. This dark and enchanting tale draws us into a world where the line between man and beast blurs, transforming the familiar fairy tale we know into far more haunting and strange. Yeah. So it did fairly well when it, or not that well when it came out, but they where they spent all their money, I think, is
Production design,
Production
probably.
design. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's like the real standout from this movie for
Oh,
me.
it's
anyway.
incredible.
It looks
It's
fantastic.
incredible.
I feel like a lot of movies have gone for this kind of look and failed. Like even like more modern movies can't quite pull this off. But yeah, it looks very dark fantasy fairy tale, and sometimes it looks very ethereal. So it's, I don't know, it just has a really good set design.
So
Yeah,
I've
Anton
got,
First. That's the production designer. Shout out to him. But yes,
I've got a theory on why a lot of these older movies are able to have these sets that look so good, so interesting. And I think it's more because of limitations, right? Like back when they were making this movie, back when they were making movies during this time period, it was like the 1970s, right?
It's
The
80s.
80s when it came out,
yeah.
right? You know, you don't have all the CGI stuff. You've got to do most stuff practically. And so when you're building a soundstage set, like the Village and things like that, you got to flesh out everything around it. You can't just edit, a backdrop in post.
That's true.
Right. So you're really thinking about all angles that you're going to be shooting from, and you're really building it kind of like a bowl.
It's
That's kind of what gives it this look where it looks big, but also it feels very small at the same time.
Yeah, and like supposedly they only had the budget to build 12 trees, so they were probably just moving trees around constantly
Yeah.
for
That's
filming. It's
crazy.
Yeah,
But I feel like older movies too have failed. Like this is just a really standout in
It's
going
a-
for that fairy tale look. It's a what?
It's I was gonna say like incredibly efficient. Like I
It just
think-
looks great. And I think even older movies struggled to get this look quite down.
Well, I think that there's a lot of surrealist inspiration here. So it
yeah.
feels like it's very inspired by some of the early surrealist movies
Yeah.
where they captured the same thing very well. When I was looking at the set designs, I was looking back and I was thinking, wow, this,
like
looks
that,
like
German expressionism. And
yeah,
stuff.
the German expressionism stuff. Nosferatu, and what was the other contemporary movie with that? The one that's
Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Yeah, Caligari. Yeah, that was the one that I was like, I felt it really felt similar to weirdly, just like the cityscape and stuff like that.
Looks better than fucking Excalibur, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
yeah. And
I
I-
kind of got I
no,
kind of
no.
got like Princess Bride vibes
Yeah,
a little
a
bit,
little
like
bit.
the production design, like when they're in the woods running around. Yeah,
I think
good stuff.
it's centering around like this very tiny forest village. Like gives it like a nice like. I feel like they could build around like those single sets for each like setup, and it would. And I don't know. So it doesn't feel huge. It feels like kind of claustrophobic, like the woods are right there, but in a good way for what serves the purpose of this story in particular, I think. So I think we can go through break down the plot real quick. As for those who are unfamiliar, if you haven't watched it yet, or if you just need a quick refresher. The film begins in modern day with a teenage girl named Rosalind falls asleep and dreams herself into a mysterious, old-fashioned 17th century village surrounded by dark woods filled with wolves. In the dream world, she lives with her parents and visits her wise but stern grandmother, who warns her to never stray from the path, and the worst kind of wolves are hairy on the inside. A sign that they may be wolves in disguise. As stories untold, never trust a man whose eyebrows
Body
meet.
shaming.
Yeah, I know. I was like, this kind of fucked up for some people just have unibrows, you know? The story unfolds. Rosaline hears and witnesses a series of eerie tales about men transforming into wolves and the dangers of desire and betrayal. These stories, often told by her grandmother, blur the line between myth and reality, each one reflecting Rosalind's growing curiosity, love, fear, and independence. So, what did you guys think of the overall structure of the movie? Because that's obviously leans pretty heavily into the fairy tale kind of aspects of it.
It's kind of an anthology movie, but also
Yeah.
kind of not. It's
Yeah.
unique.
It's
It's
a
a
structured
dream-
anthology.
dream-
I
it's
would
cool.
call it.
Dream.
It's cool. I like
Yeah.
the structure. Not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah.
Like,
You told me to go in blind, and like I don't know what I expected, but not this.
yeah. I was expecting like a fucking like werewolf movie set in 1980s, you know. But yeah, this it
With
goes
wolves in
places,
business
man.
suits. Yeah.
This fucking goes places. It's a ride. It's crazy. You don't know what's gonna happen next. It's fun.
Yeah, that's one thing that really caught my attention was that like because it immediately starts off with the dream world, like it just goes right to the forest pretty much, and then from there it just next time Granny starts telling a story, it's like, all right, let's see where this what are we gonna learn today, Granny?
Yeah, at one point I'm like, we're 3 stories deep right now. How far are we gonna get?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. All the toys at the very beginning, they really set it off with a very creepy note. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
to myself, I think I mentioned this to Ron earlier. Yeah, if you're gonna have all those creepy ass toys in your room, of course you're gonna get nightmares. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, especially the toy soldier. I don't know why that one creeped me out. Or was it a sailor or a soldier or something?
I think the one that had
Sailor.
like tiny dots
Yeah.
for like a face, basically.
yeah, that like fell down in front of her, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
There was one that looked
Very
like the
creepy.
JD Vance meme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, speaking of Anton First, the production designer, art director for this, he caught the eye of Stanley Kubrick, who liked this film so enough, or at least the look of it, that he hired him to do the production design for Full Metal Jacket, which is one that is like subtly brilliant production design for that movie, because obviously they shot it entirely in England, but
fucking nuts,
but
dude.
they make it look and feel like they're in Da Nang and like rubble and everything. But again, he knew how to. That guy just had a really good eye for like matching the filmmaker's vision and everything. He was very, very talented guy. Yeah, so talking about the structure of the movie, do you guys want to go down and maybe break down and try to figure out, because this movie has a lot of symbolism and there's a lot of meaning, and some of it is pretty confusing and some of it you don't really know, but like there's a total of 6 stories within this. Do you guys want to go break down and maybe kind of summarize what we think they mean or possibly could mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A guy ripping his skin off and yelling "whore."
Yeah, you are. All right, so the major framing story is Rosalind's dream. She's the real girl, as far as we can tell. She's the one that's dreaming all of this. I guess her short thing is she's having the dream, and then she's woken up at the end by the wolves that are breaking through and everything. So what do you guys think that her overall like experience is meant to represent, I guess, in this? It's if you just look at it from start to beginning, it's pretty short. She's just like,
Yeah, it's like
She's
3
having
scenes.
yeah. She's asleep and then
Oh, she
the
wakes.
wolves break into her room.
or and her shitty sister's outside who's like pest.
She's so mean.
Oh yeah, she's like, why?
Like-
no wonder she dreamed about her dying so quickly.
Yeah, I like when they cut to her after her sister gets killed by the wolves and she's like smiling a bit. Like, any theories about like what it could, overall? I guess it could possibly mean.
Wet dream, kind of, right?
It could, yeah. I think it's
There's
definitely
themes of like sexual awakening in this. As I know you've said that's a common werewolf thing,
Yeah.
right? That's a pretty common werewolf trope.
it's I feel like werewolves are usually like a masculine kind of metaphor thing, but like it's this one Ginger Snaps is another famous like female version of it, of like, you know, the teenage awakening. Teen Wolf is obviously one but that's a dude, but still it's same kind of idea. It's like puberty. I've heard the theory for this one in particular with Rosalind is like she's having her first period that night, which is the awakening obviously of all of these different things, and then like the wolves tearing apart her toys and stuff is like the destruction of her innocence.
Yeah,
and, you
yeah,
know,
I could see that.
yeah. Okay, let's get into the next one. Granny's tale to Rosalind. A young groom whose eyebrows meet is about to bed his new bride when nature calls, and he goes outside.
He's going to make water.
Yeah. And then he comes back later and has my personal favorite werewolf transformation.
Dude,
Yeah.
that shit was sick,
Fucked up,
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
That I've never seen a werewolf transformation where they're ripping their own skin off and shit. I was like, oh, fuck.
And it's just the flesh and the tendons and everything. He's like, "Ah."
I mean, it looks pretty goofy, but it looks good at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous, but it was great. It was probably my favorite part of the whole movie.
It was really cool. It's like I don't really know. This one's hard to say what the moral is, because like fairy tales, right? It's like each of them supposed to have like a moral. Maybe just I don't know. I mean, I guess this guy was already a wolf, I guess, or a werewolf.
Well, I think there's another main theme of the movie is like being careful who you trust, right?
Yeah.
Because I initially thought the whole movie was going to be about wolves were going to be more like a metaphor for like sexual predators. Because there is a lot of like wolf imagery intermixed with like creepy dudes that like seem to want to take advantage of her.
Of course, yeah.
So I guess in this one, it's just be careful who you like let into your home, who you let into your life, who you commit to.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. She marries him first, young. She was a little foolish, I guess, and then he runs away, and then he comes back later, and he's like, "What?"
Years later.
Yeah,
like years.
Yeah, she has
She's
two
had-
kids.
Yeah.
And she looks like she maybe made the wrong choice twice, because her new husband like slaps her like, why'd you bring a werewolf in here? It's like, Jesus, this poor girl, like she can't catch a break, man.
Werewolves die really easy in this movie, by the way.
Yeah,
like
they do.
I feel like in most movies, it feels like a much bigger challenge. Like there
Yeah.
are multiple, at least 2 times in this movie, a werewolf just gets shot, and it's like, oh, okay, dealt with.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
they
There's
don't
none of
really-
the silver bullet stuff, you know.
Yeah. They don't feel like real werewolves in this movie. They feel more like wolves that can also be men. I know that's
Yeah.
weird, but
No,
it's like
Yeah,
They're not like
it's not like what you would consider to be a very typical werewolf, you know.
or they're not like a
It's
like
not
a
like a
wolf man.
hybrid. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a hybrid. It's either or.
Yeah, essentially. All right, so there's that story. Great transformation scene. Even
Yes.
the ending when she cuts off the head gets cut off and it falls into
The milk.
the milk suit
Yeah.
and just turns into a human. It's like, whoa. I think great effects there.
Yeah, and then yeah, again, she gets slapped. Like, fuck you, dude.
It's terrible.
well, she does like say that was my husband.
Yeah.
Yes, but does that deserve a slap?
No.
No, I'm not saying it does.
What, he
but,
doesn't
like,
know her past?
Yeah.
They've been married for years.
Yeah, it seems like they're probably were neighbors at least or something. A small town.
Yeah, there's
Who
like
knows?
4 houses.
Yeah. All right. The second tale that Granny tells Rosalind, a young man whose eyebrows meet. He goes through the forest and he encounters what's probably like the devil. At least he seems like the devil
Oh
to
yeah,
me.
shit was really cool.
Yeah, and then like in the Rolls Royce, which I kind of like that, and it's like I don't know,
It really clashes with like the
feeling.
scenery, and it's like, huh?
yeah, he's in a
what?
Rolls Royce in a suit, and he's holding apparently was a real skull, a real like baby skull or something, which is wild. Yeah. Those were and then he hands him the potion, and then he like gets hairs on his chest, but you know, then he becomes a full wolf boy, which is I guess to me that seems like a lesson of like growing up too fast, right? Seems
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah, I
lost
could
on
see
this
that.
one.
Yeah. That one I liked just because again the imagery and the music in particular in that.
It's also one of the shorter ones, I think.
Oh yeah, it's only like 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
The plants hold him down for some reason.
Oh yeah, yeah. Who knows? Rosalind's story to her mother.
This is probably the most like wackadoo one.
Yeah.
This shit's crazy. Yeah, the fact that she told her mother this felt weird to me.
Yeah, she's like, all right, Mom, let me tell you a little something. Let me tell you about this lady who was taken advantage of by a nobleman, becomes pregnant, and then she decides to turn them all into wolves.
Not all of them though, which I thought was interesting.
musicians.
Right?
Not the like the servants or like
Yeah.
the musicians and stuff. They even like cheer. They even make a toasting, and they're like,
Yeah,
all right.
fuck these bitches.
I do want to mention, I think it's really interesting the way that Rosalind sees wolves in her stories versus the way that her grandmother sees the wolves. Because there's a distinct difference there, or at least I felt there was, right? Where her grandmother, has more fear, more trepidation about them.
That's true.
She villainizes them a little bit more than Rosalind does. Rosalind, she's more forgiving, I guess, of the fact that they're wolves and willing to see their humanity more.
That's true, and it's like foreshadowing to the end. Not to just jump there, but like she, when she eventually does become a wolf, and what does that mean exactly? But yeah, but I think in this story, the wolves are not like terrifying creatures. They're just like they're actually sympathetic in this one to an extent, right? Like they were these snobby, like terrible, whatever, noble people, and then they become like these beasts who are kind of cursed to then have to like howl at this lady and her baby and everything. So yeah, it does give them like a sadder tinge. They're not just like predators or like.
Well, one of them is. There's
yeah,
the
that's
one.
true. That is the one guy.
Even then, though, it's like they aren't really attacking anything.
No,
they
they
just
just run
run
Doesn't
off.
she even say she can like control them at the
Yeah,
end?
yeah. She's like, why would she want them to be howling at her? She's like,
He's
well,
like they serenade us or something.
yeah.
I think they do say like she wants the control. She
Yeah,
likes
yeah.
the control.
Yeah, she's pretty. That's pretty gangster. He's control a pack of wolves. All right, then there's the story that Rosalind tells the huntsman of the she-wolf who comes from the world beneath, below, and arrives in a village, and she eventually gets shot and injured by a villager. This one, I'll be honest, I don't really know.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
dude.
this one's hard to
I've thought
interpret.
about it a lot. I can't.
That's the hardest line of the movie, though.
Which
Are
one?
you the work of God or the devil's?
Yeah,
I was like, ooh.
he's no matter. Poor creature. Yeah, this one I don't really know. I think it's interesting. Again, this one is a she wolf, right? Or she's a girl turned wolf, and it's like I don't know, something about her not belonging in this world. So maybe it's again another subtle foreshadowing of her choosing to become a wolf and live in that world where she doesn't belong in the regular society with humans. She's a outsider. I don't know. Because she also
It is
doesn't do anything
confusing.
wrong. She's not aggressive or anything. She even says that, right? Like she's just she doesn't
meant
mean
no
to hurt
harm.
anything. Yeah, she's just like part of this world. She was just curious, and then it hurts her, and then she decides to like live in solitude or whatever. At least back in her world. I don't know.
Also, I don't remember exactly where this was in the film, but I want to bring it up. What was the grandmother's things about like priests' kids?
I don't know. I feel like that's I don't know. Be
She
careful
was-
with priests sink your kids. I don't know.
She was like very adamant that like, oh yeah, the children of priests, they're all wolves.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
I don't know. And she says something like oh, they father bastards too,
Yeah.
or something. Like that's why they call him father. It's like I think she's just trying to say that like priests are not necessarily innocent or something, right? Like
well, what if the priest she goes to is her father? Right?
oh, like her true father.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be interesting. Because I mean, yeah, like, I don't know. Her dad seemed mostly chill though.
That would explain her turning into a wolf.
It would. Oh yeah, it would. Yeah.
Huh.
That's
Well,
interesting.
I'll be. And also her sister's hatred for her.
Like, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. All right, now we go to Rosalind's own story, of course, which wraps up in the end where eventually she herself transforms into a wolf and then
You've said
joins.
this like 6 times. Take a shot every time he says, and then she transforms into a wolf.
It's true.
Did you say wolf or wolf?
Wolf. Wolf.
Wolf.
Blake
Wolf.
says wolf.
Wolf. Werewolf.
Say ketchup.
Ketchup. I don't give a fuck.
Say theater.
Theater.
No,
What?
it's not how you say
Or
it.
theater.
There you go.
Yeah, that's how I say it. I don't give a shit. Theater. I go to the
Right.
fucking theater.
You and Mr. Smith, I guess.
Mr. Smith.
The freaking teacher from
Did he
Bounce
say
Sack.
theater?
Yeah, he would say theater. He was the only person I met besides you, I guess, who would say the theater.
Gets it from me.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a fucking professor of film, so he knows what's up.
Yeah. Anyway, this is charming. So she tells the huntsman. She turns into a wolf. There you go. Take another shot. Well, what do you guys think that means?
I don't know, to be honest. It's. I remember this movie ended, and I was like, I had a lot to think about.
Yeah.
It's like her.
It's like a
well,
it's
let's
a
talk ab-
sexual thing,
It's
right?
definitely
Like,
a sexual thing.
She lost her fucking virginity. I think is
Well, let's talk about
What's going on? The
Like,
guy
leading
cut
up
it?
to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay. So leading up to it, she's challenging the huntsman, or the huntsman's challenging her to get to the Graham's house. Classic Red Riding Hood stuff. She gets there first, or he gets there first.
He slaps her.
He
grandma's
slaps the
face
grandma's
off.
head. Yeah, which turns
Clean off,
Yeah,
dude.
and then it shatters like in a porcelain.
Yeah,
No idea what
very
that means
bizarre.
either. But yeah, that's an odd one. Rather than eating her, he does that, which I think is interesting because I feel like him eating her would have worked just as fine in this kind of like feeling. But whatever.
It's probably easier to do the effect of having
Yeah.
a grandma get her head slapped off.
Yeah.
I think that it's actually less violent that way.
Yeah.
I know that's weird, but like when you're shattering your grandmother, right? The grandmother who's been. Sorry. Okay, so
One
Shattering
shatters
the-
their grandma.
what is it?
when you take off your grandma's head?
Okay,
You know?
so,
Many-
so
many
what
such
is what
cases.
is a grandmother?
I
Right?
What?
No, okay.
Your parents' mom.
It's your yeah.
But they're usually
Miles. So
the
when a boy and a,
sweet-
when a mommy and a daddy love each other very
That's
much.
not what I'm
when
talking
a
about.
grandmother and a grandfather.
When they love each other very much, they do a special dance together that produces your parents.
They
A
grab
sideways
a
dance.
sideways
A
dance.
horizontal
When
dance.
a mother and a grandmother become werewolves and their sexual desires awaken,
Mummy, does he hurt you? Okay.
No, because okay. Let me get to my point. Because you see the grandmother throughout the entire film trying to basically lecture what's her name,
Rosalind.
yeah, about everything that's going on in her life. The
Yeah.
changes in her life, I guess you could say.
She's trying to
Right.
stay on the path. you know?
And trying to kind of be there for her and be somebody who she can trust and rely upon. And then that's all an illusion, though, to a certain extent. She says don't stray off the path, right? It's a whole bunch of rules and things that she's basically expecting Rosalind to do, and Rosalind has to live with that. Now when it comes through and this wolf comes into her life, that's a new man in her life. And it shatters these rules. It shatters these illusions. So it shatters the grandma.
Okay.
I have a theory that she's one of the toys in her room from the beginning.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of those porcelain dolls.
Because we do see, we see 2 or 3 of them,
Yeah,
like
the
in the
teddy
beginning,
bear,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
the
toy
sailor.
soldier.
But doesn't the porcelain doll get shattered afterwards?
Yeah, but I think it's symbolically kind of makes sense that that's like the loss of her innocence and everything. Like this is she's done with this phase of her life, I guess, and then now she's moving into the next phase of adulthood where I don't know. I guess your grandparents' words
Kind of
mean
like
less.
a really, really weird thing to compare it to, but it's kind of like in the end of. You guys remember Lore?
lore.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the movie about the daughter of like the Nazi officer that has to like flee?
Oh yeah.
That movie ends with her like
Destroying-
destroying her toys.
Oh yeah.
'Cause it's like a loss of innocence, and in that
Yeah,
case,
yeah.
it's also kind of like a rejection of heritage. But I don't know, kind of. I thought of that for some reason.
Interesting.
Very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. But he slaps her head off.
It explodes.
This is the second spooky season.
Angela
in a row.
Lansbury's head explodes in this movie.
Mrs. Potts. Yeah.
This is the second spooky season in a row where I've watched a movie where someone gets their head punched off. Last year, me and Miles watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and that same
yeah.
scenario also happens.
It doesn't like you also get like that dude's head squished together like he was like full of candy or something. Anyway,
It's a hilarious movie.
and then this leads to one of my second favorite transformation wolf scene where the wolf is coming out of his mouth
Yeah.
and everything.
That's on the poster too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick. And then like it, ripping out of his back and stuff. It's very cool. That's what I like is all 3 transformations of I guess there's 4. Each of them feel very different.
Yeah.
There's no double dipping here. They're all something completely different.
That first one is incredible, though.
Yeah, it's none of them quite match that. But the ending one though is pretty good. Pretty darn good. Dare I say iconic. But yeah, okay. So she's she's trying to that's it. Those are all the major story plots here. There's a lot of stuff about fairy tales and how they're all like, meant to like cautionary tales and things like that. This modernizing one, do you think this works in this case? Like, is this something that like, kind of shows how effective fairy tales can still be to this day, or
Till 1984.
until 1984? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very effective. I mean, if it's done properly, I think they'll always be good. They're classic stories for a reason, going back fucking centuries.
How does
dude.
this compare to Snow White and the Huntsman, starring Chris Hemsworth?
Not as good, because that one doesn't make any sense in terms of like what the original fairy tale, I guess, is trying to say. It doesn't feel like it matches up at all, which I don't know.
I do not miss that era in
The adult
like the
fairy tales.
Yeah, the dark fairy tales.
What else was there besides that one? Oh, I guess they did Jack and the Giant Slayer, right?
Yeah,
Maleficent,
They had a whole TV show called Grimm.
yeah.
Grimm.
Are
Yeah,
they
that was
still
out
making Maleficent movies? Isn't
No,
that-
I don't think so.
Didn't they just make a second one, or am I totally wrong about that?
I think they made that like a while ago.
Oh, I thought that was
What
more
was
recent.
what was the really crappy like procedural TV show?
Once Upon a Time?
Yeah, Once
Yeah.
Upon a Time.
I've heard
yeah.
people really like it. I haven't seen it, so
I've
I
never
can't
watched it.
speak for it. But I've heard.
My sister used to watch it. I've seen a couple episodes.
Not good.
There's one guy who plays like Rumpelstiltskin. I forget what the actor's name is,
Rumple foreskin.
but he's a good actor,
Rumplemints?
just not in this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shrek, I think, is another great
Oh, yeah, Shrek's
modernization
great.
of it.
Hey, yeah, it's funny. We were talking about Hoodwinked.
Saturnize it,
I
but,
think
yeah.
Hoodwinked was kind of like a riff on Shrek too, right? The whole let's like do a
Well, they were trying to
satire on-
recapture Shrek.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's funny because Shrek was a satire of the Disney movies.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do just permeate our culture like constantly.
Speaking of Shrek, one of my buddies went to Medieval Times over the weekend, and I guess like half the people there dressed up as Shrek characters. There was like something going on.
That's
like,
pretty awesome.
a Shrek gathering.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was toying with the idea of like, because next month if we're doing Kino November,
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing Shrek 2 is my pick.
Okay.
Just because, but also it's one of those where
Is
it's like,
that Kino?
I kind of think it is.
If
I
you
think
have an argument to be made, I'll
dude,
allow it.
Shrek 2 is a very good movie. I
Did
would.
you guys
I don't
ever
know.
do the DVD bonus feature where you could watch them apply for American Idol?
No.
What?
Oh wait, maybe I did. Yeah, like
Oh,
Prince Charming sings the "I'm too sexy for my shirt." I think.
yeah, yes.
I was gonna say "sexy back," but it was not "sexy back."
No,
That would have been
that's a
pretty
good one.
fucking funny if it was though.
That's a great version of like modernizing fairy tales and stuff. Okay, that's like pretty much what I got so far. What I've worked out for us here are so I don't know any more thoughts, anything else you guys want to say about this movie? Things that come to mind, favorite scenes, moments.
I already talked about my favorite scene.
We
that,
did.
that transformation is fucking wild.
It's pretty bonkers.
It's just a really dope movie. I really liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wish I had watched it twice. To be honest, it's much more dense than I thought it would be. Like
I was
just-
expecting a dumb B movie, to be honest.
Yeah. I was expecting just a werewolf movie from the 80s, which it is, but like there's a lot more to it, and I very much appreciate that.
I don't know. It was cool and interesting looking, but like I didn't like it that much, to be honest. I thought it was pretty
I knew
mid.
it.
I thought
Me
it
and
was pretty
Jason,
mid.
me and Jason, the second this movie was up, we're like, Miles is gonna hate this. There's no way Miles is gonna like this.
I don't know. Like,
Even though you like what is it? You like what your pick for Key November, the Guillermo del Toro movie? That's like a dark.
Pan's-
That's
oh
like
yeah,
a dark
yeah.
there we
fantasy
go, another
too.
dark fantasy one.
Like so,
Pan's
you
Labyrinth.
should like dark fantasy. But
I
knew
do
you were
like
gonna
dark
like
fantasy.
it.
I don't know what it was. I didn't really connect with this film. I was like, okay, it's cool, it's interesting looking, but
Surprised you don't like it.
the
It's kind of a girl
stories
movie.
the stories were a little bit boring. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised I didn't like it too.
You like your girl coming of age movies. I'm
I,
surprised this didn't do it
I
for
feel
you.
like you guys got a lot more out of it than I did, and I don't know why.
I really
Fair
enjoyed it. I thought it was a fucking.
Did you watch it on
banger.
your phone?
No, I
I
didn't.
will say, Jason can attest to this. We did walk in. You were scrolling on your phone while you were watching it.
Ah,
So
You were.
explain yourself.
yeah. I do like the the layers of it, like both like within the stories, but there's a lot of, again, the symbolism and the dreamy atmosphere and stuff. Like,
Yes,
There's a lot to fucking take in.
yeah, there's little things like the eggs she find, and there's like a baby, like
Yeah,
a stone
dude.
baby, and it's
Oh
crying.
yeah, I forgot about. There's so much like creepy imagery in it. Like
Yeah.
Like the stork or
Yeah.
that was a stork, right?
I think
so,
so.
yeah.
Right,
At
in
the
the
edge of
beginning.
town, yeah.
Which kind of makes sense. Storks, babies, maybe
Yeah.
that's the
baby.
but it's like a period that, like, is the there's no baby that comes because it's not fertilized, so it's like an unfertilized egg or something. I don't know, but there's like things like that which are really cool. I did listen to the short stories, most of them from the main thing. I can't think of what's it called right now. The main book that she wrote from here, The Bloody Chamber. There you go. And there are some differences. I think overall the movie is the better version of the stories. Like, she kind of, the way she weaves them in and out of each other kind of make more sense. But yeah, there's like a few differences here and there. But overall, I don't know. I think the movie's actually pretty good. But I would check out the book, though, because there's other stuff there. I think there's like a Sleeping Beauty, or not Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast kind of thing in there, which, like, again, it's a little bit more adult, I'll say. Like, it's overt in its sexual themes. They didn't want to do that with this movie because the lead actress, I forgot her name, but she was like 13 or something when they made it.
Yeah, that's
She was
probably
12.
a good
she does.
idea.
She does kiss a fully grown man. which-
Yeah, it is-
makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's brief, but it's still like weird.
You know, you criticize me for liking sex pervert movies, but your movies like actually endanger people.
Okay, I mean
This Leon the Professional. I don't know, man.
this too first, but yeah, okay, that's questionable.
Fucking weirdo.
But thanks. But yeah, in the book it's a lot more like, again, when her interaction with the huntsman is way more sexual, and then they were like, yeah, let's not do that.
Tone it
they,
down.
They toned it down. I
They
think,
were like rolling
responsibly.
around together in the snow.
They
which-
would, but I feel like that's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to be
Yeah,
like,
no,
oh,
for sure it
don't
is, for
do-
sure it
danger,
is.
danger. And yeah, the actor who played the huntsman, I think he did a great job.
The makeup they did on him was incredible. Where he looks
Yeah.
like kind of like beastly
Yeah.
even before he transforms. You know,
It's like, I
the
think
way they do his hair and everything. It was really impressive.
rewatching it, I really appreciated his like movements, where he kind of like the way he like tweaks his head and kind of like walks around. It's very wolf-like. It has that kind of curiosity of like, he kind of I don't know. I think it's a really well done there. Apparently, he was just meant to be the coordinator for that scene, but the director liked him so much, Neil Jordan, that he was like, you know what, you're the guy. Just gave him the job. All right, anything else you guys want to wrap up here or finish up thoughts about this?
I don't know. I just really liked it.
Yay.
I'm gonna buy the 4K.
That's awesome. Yeah, I also got it too. I'm glad. I'd recommend this to anybody who's a fan of like really just any kind of 80s horror, but specifically werewolf stuff.
I'd say this is more dark fantasy than horror.
Yes,
but
yeah.
but it does have those sprinkles, right? I feel like all the like the not the vampire, the werewolf transformations are very like 80s horror.
Yeah, that's like the most horrific aspect of it is like especially the first and like the last transformations. But
Yeah.
like there's a lot of other stuff that definitely crosses into the more dominated dark fantasy stuff, which really I think executed very, very well.
I saw a really funny Letterboxd review that said this is like if Sigmund Freud wrote this movie and it's like if Sigmund Freud and David Lynch worked together on adapting Red Riding Hood, like Sigmund Freud wrote and David Lynch directed. This is what the end result would be.
That's
Like,
pretty good.
kind of, yeah.
Okay, you guys want any final thoughts?
I hated that little kid. The
Oh,
her,
the pushy
like-
one.
yeah.
The little blonde one.
a kiss, eh?
Yeah. he sounds like an NPC from like Fable. Like,
I thought he was gonna like show up and stab the werewolf at the end because he's like making the
No. I do like when he just runs back in town. He's like, wolf. And the dad just immediately starts beating the shit out of him. He's like, what did you do to my daughter?
What'd you do? Then he starts beating the shit out of the little kid's dad. Too.
The
This
dad was a
movie-
fucking pimp.
This movie is kind of cuckoo bananas, and I like that. It's
Yeah.
very over the top.
Yeah.
I want to. Oh, before we're done, I do want to shout out the grandma. Was like my favorite part.
Yeah.
So fucking funny.
Angela Lansbury, I think, had a great time doing this. It seems like it, but yeah.
She shot this as she was waiting to see if Murder, She Wrote was going to be picked up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then she went on and she wrote
Then
a
her
lot
head,
of murders.
popped off.
All right, do you guys want to move on to what are we watching this week? Did I just?
We can.
You don't have any last thoughts, Miles?
I really don't. I'm sorry.
You don't like the movie at all?
I like I said, the aesthetic was really cool. I liked the way the movie looked. I thought that the transformations, they were a little bit goofy, but at the same time, they were pretty cool. I do like effects where you can see how they're done, and you could really see how all these effects were being done.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
It's all in camera, which is really cool.
Yeah.
None of that like turning away stuff. They capture.
There were no like shadowy transformations.
No, they put it all right there.
Yeah. I love it.
It's up there with like The Howling and American Werewolf in London in terms of like I think best transformations, in my opinion.
Yeah. But I don't know, just story-wise, like I said, I didn't connect with it. Maybe in a year or two I'll rewatch it and I'll get something different out of it.
Once you're ready to come of age, you'll start to understand it.
You're gonna be like,
Once I become a woman.
Yeah, as you slowly transform.
Yeah. But I don't know. Those are my thoughts.
That's all right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Werewolves are cooler than vampires.
Hell
I just
yeah.
say that.
I disagree. I like
You're
vampires.
wrong. You're wrong. Where do
like
you stand on
vampires.
this, Miles? I need to know
Um,
your stance.
I think that neither are cool. Frankensteins are cool.
Frankenstein's?
Yeah.
There's only one. Frankenstein's the monster. Didn't you
I guess
know?
he's Frankenstein's cool because he's a mix. He's basically like the zombie, right?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like the main zombie. So I kind of group him in more with the zombie stuff, but instead of the supernatural, he's more
a
the
science zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, science zombies are
You,
cool.
you do have a Poor Things poster up. That's
Like-
kind of like a Frankenstein.
I mean, I would consider the Hulk to be a science zombie as well.
He was based off of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And like Jekyll and Hyde, and like there
Yeah.
was elements of that. That's why if you look at his early design, he was supposed to be gray, and then they made him greenish, which was funny because Frankenstein's also that where he's supposed to be gray, but they made him green in the movie, or when they started making the adaptation of like Boris Karloff's Frankenstein, they like painted him green because that's what he was painted on set. But anyway, it's yeah. I like Frankenstein too. I think I'm excited for Guillermo del Toro's
Oh, yeah.
Frankenstein. That was
Guillermo
cool.
del Toro has been doing a lot of really cool adaptations recently.
I still want to watch his Pinocchio thing.
Yeah, so do I.
It might. I don't know. I think Disney's Pinocchio is still probably my favorite, but it's up there like my second favorite. I think but it's just so unique and it's so like Del Toro like. I don't know.
You know what? I should have chosen Kronos this year instead of the Boogans.
That'd be a good Christmas pick because it's like a winter watch.
You know what? Yeah, maybe that'll be my Key November pick.
Have you seen
Who
it?
knows? Yes, it's a great
Oh,
movie.
you've seen Kronos. Okay.
Yeah, I love Del Toro. He's one of my favorite.
That's one I haven't seen. Actually, I need to watch that.
Okay.
I own the Criterion.
So do I.
I owned it first.
Okay.
So what are you guys watching?
I generally try to only talk horror during Spooky Month, but I did finish a show that I really wanted to talk about briefly. The new show by Raphael Bobs Waksberg, the creator of BoJack Horseman. He released his new show on Netflix this year. It's called Long Story Short. It's also animated. It's essentially like a family dramedy. But the kind of twist is that every episode takes place in like a different era of time. So it's a mom, a dad, and 3 kids. Those are like the core characters. So, in one episode, like the youngest kid won't even be born yet. And it'll be more about the mom and the dad. Then in the next episode, the mom like is already dead, and it's about like the adult children.
Spoilers.
And then, I mean, this like they reveal this like from the first episode.
Okay,
though.
okay,
Like,
fair enough.
because they also do a thing where usually, I think every single episode will start out with the cold open, and that's usually about 5 minutes long or so, with one timeline, and then the majority of the other episode will be in a different timeline. It's really good. It's really, really funny. It's really well written. It's definitely got that BoJack feel to it, where a lot of it's really sad, to be
I was
honest.
gonna say it sounds heavier than like BoJack got heavy, but it seems like they always try to really balance it out with like a lot of levity and stuff, like them being goofy kind of animals.
Well, this show is very goofy too. I actually don't think it's quite gotten to.
Are they animals? Is that weird to ask?
No, they're humans.
People? Okay.
They're people.
Okay.
he went with people this time. They're what was I gonna say? I don't think it's quite reached BoJack levels yet, because I always think back to like BoJack season 4. Like that's some heavy shit, like with his mom and everything.
Yeah.
And like the entire last season of BoJack's pretty brutal. I imagine if the show continues, it might reach those levels.
Is it animated?
It is animated, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I said that.
Oh, sorry.
It's really good.
Not
It's
listening, Ron.
it's really funny. A big part of it is like religion and how you like react to it. The family's Jewish, and like a huge part of the show is like kind of their customs and like all of the different characters' reactions to it. Like one of the children, like he's like kind of fucked up from it. One of the other ones is like searching for religion or meaning in it. It's really good. I really liked it. I guess it's already been renewed for season 2, which I wasn't sure about. So I'm definitely excited to see them keep it going. If you like BoJack Horseman, I think chances are you'll like this. It has a lot of the same kind of like absurdist humor, and it's still like, it's a very different animation style, but it does utilize. And that's the thing about it too, is I didn't want to watch it at first, or I knew I was going to, but I wasn't like jumping into it because I didn't initially like the look. But it's a very like reactive animation where they really get the full usage out of it being an animated show, and I appreciate that. I think that's really cool.
What's it called?
Long Story Short,
Long Story Short. Okay.
and I just finished it finally. So
It's on Netflix?
it's on Netflix.
Cool.
Nice.
I watched the prequel to
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars. Let's talk about the Star Wars prequels.
We have 8 hours.
No, to Rosemary's Baby. It's called Apartment 7A.
Yeah, I
It
heard
was
about
made
that
like
a few years ago.
2 or 3 years ago.
Julia
It's-
Garner.
It's bad.
Ah.
I don't know, dude. It just didn't feel like they had enough to like make it, right? Like I guess I enjoyed the concept, which is that it's based around the girl who falls to her death at the beginning of Rosemary's
Oh, okay.
Baby.
Okay.
I assumed it was going to be like young, the neighbor. For
No,
some reason.
no. It takes place like right before.
Okay, that's not what I expected.
And it's like, I don't know. She's like a dancer, and she injures herself, and then she meets the 2 old people, Minnie, and I forget the husband's name, but
Yeah.
and they let her move into their spare apartment, and then like, you know, it's kind of like the same thing over again. Like her ankle heals up, and she doesn't know why. The person who's the star in the show she wants to be in, like, injures herself, like, weirdly. And it's just like, I don't know. They're just kind of rehashing it, but also it's just not nearly as interesting. I'd say it was okay until the ending, and the ending was fucking awful. It made me really upset. But Julia Garner is good in it. And the woman who plays Minnie, I don't know why, but she's very bad.
Oh.
And I've seen her in other things, and she's not that bad. But she's like, it feels like she's doing a caricature of like a New Yorker. She's like, yeah, New York. I'm like, stop this.
What's it called?
What's your
Apartment
opinion on
7A.
Spider-Man?
Apartment 7A. Oh, yeah.
Be in Apartment 23.
I guess, like, you know, sometimes stories start where they do for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
It just felt so unnecessary. Like, there's no reason to add anything to Rosemary's Baby. It's kind of perfect
Money.
as it is.
There is a reason it's called
Yeah,
money.
yeah, I guess so. But this didn't even get like a big release. Like, I feel like no one fucking watched it. I
Yeah,
don't think
probably
they
not.
made any fucking money on it.
But I'm sure they laundered a bunch of money through it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I've been trying to watch a horror movie a day. So I've got a few here, but I watched House on Haunted Hill. Damn, dude. Sorry, this feedback. I watched House
It's
on Haunted
just
Hill.
your phone, which
It
is
really
weird.
just
Yeah.
is your phone.
What phone do you have?
You have a Pixel, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
Shy's
Yeah,
phone
Shy
does it
was
as
doing
well.
it too. So
No,
Pixels
it's
are not friendly with.
It's actually a Samsung
Oh, I have a
Galaxy.
Samsung.
My Samsung's not doing anything.
I don't know. I just turned off my Bluetooth. I think
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
my bad. Sorry. So I watched House on Haunted Hill, the 59 with the Vincent Price
Yeah.
one, which was that. Now talk about like a goofy fun one. That one's pretty cool. There's a lot of visual stuff that I think was pretty awesome for like a 50s horror movie. They also had real human remains in that one too. They had a skeleton that was like actual human skeleton. It was cool. There's a couple twists in it that, I mean, it's just like a fun, almost like a whodunit kind of thing. It almost felt like Clue before Clue, but yeah, it's a good time though. That one's I don't know if I recommend it to everybody, but if you like Vincent Price, you probably already seen it, but also like give it a chance. I watched the Candyman, the '92
original?
version.
No.
Huh? Yeah, and it wasn't what I was expecting. I'd never seen it. I'd heard.
I've
a lot
heard
of people.
good things.
Yeah,
about
I don't know anything about it though.
It's a trip. It's another one. I think try to go into it knowing as little as possible, and it. I haven't wanted to talk about it too much because it's.
I've seen it before, but I don't really like remember it all that much. I was having a fun night that night. So
I watched The Pit and the Pendulum, which apparently was one of the inspirations for the Company of Wolves. So it's,
Okay.
And I don't really see it. I mean, I guess there's a bit of like that kind of surreal aspect to it and like the mind fuckeriness of it. It's all right. I don't know if I would really recommend that one. Rewatch Barbarian, still good.
Nice.
Interview with the Vampire, which was directed by
I want to watch that.
Neil Jordan.
I'm sorry, Gary Oldman looks goofy in that movie. Right? That's Gary Oldman?
No, that's Brad Pitt and what's his face?
What am I thinking of?
Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
That one, I really do like that one.
He looks bad in that movie. I'm sorry. He has like a heart for hair.
I think if you watch it, he gets the tone perfectly for that movie. Like he
Okay.
knows exactly what he's doing. Him and Anthony Hopkins.
Okay.
I think we talked about this last year when it was like Keanu Reeves and oh my gosh, what's her name?
I
from
don't think that was on the
Beetlejuice.
podcast. I think that was just you and me talking about
Okay. It was like, yeah, because Natalie Portman, and not Natalie Portman. The oh my gosh, she's in Beetlejuice and other Tim Burton.
Oh,
movies.
fucking
Oh my god,
Stranger Things.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. But neither of them were the right choices for that movie. It's very disappointing because Gary Oldman is crushing it, and I think the production design and the in-camera effects are like insane. It's one of those like just like Francis Ford Coppola can't just make a normal movie. He has to like do everything till 11, and it works. Either you're rolling with it or not. And then I watched Dead Silence, which is James Wan's film that he followed the like Saw movies with, and I remember watching it, liking the ending, and rewatching it. I'm like, man, that movie's bad. And I will spoil that because the premise there's a premise that happens in the first scene that should have worked really well through the rest of the movie, but then they drop it, and I don't understand why. The idea that like this girl, like all of the noise in the room goes away, and everything is silent, and you can like there's something in there that's like imitating voices, and it should have worked. It was super creepy, and then they never do it again. Every time they have like a moment like that where the sound goes away from the room, they just flood it with like the score, like it's really creepy music or whatever. But it's not effective because it's completely ruining the scene, and it really pissed me off. But I think James Wan, I don't know if he had enough control or what happened, but I feel like he got it better when he goes on to the Insidious movies, and especially The Conjuring, where I think he figured it out, where he was like, you know what, like fuck that, the silence itself can be effective on its own, and I think that he does better. Like it's a weird bridge in between from Saw and his like those Conjuring movies where it's like half and half, where he can tell that he's leaning into like people were like, you like what you did in Saw, do it again, but he also wanted to step more into like the supernatural possession ghost horror stuff, which I think is way better, like in his, well, at least he's better at handling that. And it's just like it's a total misstep. It's not good, but it had a good score, like a main theme, and a lot of like the puppet designs and stuff were cool, and Donnie Wahlberg is the best part of that movie. The main character is so dumb. It's like one of the dumbest like horror protagonists ever. Where it's
You
like
should watch Creep.
I know. It's just like there's so many things where I'm just like you were saying last week with Creep, where it's like, what are you doing, dude? Like why? Like it's like there's a ventriloquist puppet that he thinks murdered his wife, and he's just like driving around with it in the passenger seat. He just like keeps it in his room. It's like, how are you not locking that up and trying to? I don't know. It's like it's so dumb. And they're like, and the cop Donnie Wahlberg just lets him leave when he thinks that like he murdered his wife, and it's just like he's like, all right, get out of here. And he just follows him around. But I don't know. It's like Donnie Wahlberg is in a completely different movie. He very much thinks that like he's in like a more campy kind of like like a slasher like spooky flick, and everyone else is taking it very seriously. And it's I don't know. He's the best part of it. But yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been watching.
Okay.
And then for me, I rewatched season 2 of Dexter. Only season 2. Only season worth watching.
Okay.
It reminded me how annoying Lila is.
Lila. That's like the
The vampire, Miss Pardon My Tits.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yours
in
were
my
the most
tits.
elegant lines.
The fake heroin addict.
No, she's a
Was
real
she-
hero. She's a real hero.
I think she's a real addict,
no.
wasn't she?
That
Bro,
was
I
like
feel like I've just
revealed in
blocked
like
Dexter out
season
of my
9
mind.
that she went to NA to go find somebody to like be able to like experience like addiction and stuff,
But,
because like she
also
wants to
her-
feel it, because she can only experience things by like
She gets addicted
sharing
to
the
people.
experiences of
But
others.
isn't her like backstory that she like kills her heroin dealer?
That's
she, like,
all
sets
fake.
him on fire?
Do we know if that's true?
I mean,
It's-
she's
it's-
like a
I mean, she's a crazy
pyromaniac.
person.
Pyromaniac, is that the term? She is like a
Yeah.
pyromaniac. That's
but she's also like a liar. Like she lies
I mean,
a lot and
Dexter's there.
manipulates.
Dexter's there because he's a fucking serial killer. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
is he really much better?
Oh no, I'm not saying he is, but
I always believed that she really was like a ex heroin addict, or no, she was a meth addict. She said she
Yeah.
was an ex meth addict, and she like burnt her.
She has like an addictive personality, right?
Yeah.
And then she becomes addicted to Dexter.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
is also a crazy person who starts killing people.
Yeah.
Well, she had killed before, if you believe her story, because the whole thing is she like burnt her like drug dealer's house down or something, and she didn't realize he was in it, but then she like got something from the thrill. Because then there's also the scene where she's like, Dexter's not even present, but she's like redoing like the artwork, and she's like adding flames and stuff to it.
Oh yeah, no,
So
she's
like
crazy.
So she's like a pyromaniac specifically, though.
Yeah, but isn't that after she set fire to her artwork already, or no?
I don't remember. You just watched it.
Yeah, I think it was afterwards. I think that she was reflecting on the fact that basically she set things on fire, right, and like that she burned her house down. Like she's got a little bit of pyromania. She's got a little bit of like murderous
I
intent
mean,
in
she
her,
tries
but
to kill
it's like
Dexter with fire too. She's a fucking pyromaniac.
I think she adopted that. I think that came later. I think that
Disagreeing with the fucking show.
I don't know. It's not a great show. It's not a great show, but it's a good season.
I think it's
Yeah.
a good enough show for the first.
Yeah.
We've talked about Dexter so much.
Yeah.
But I
Season
will
2 is
say,
great.
I think the first 4 seasons are solid.
Season 2 specifically is
Yeah.
probably the best one.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. It's the only one I like to watch, like that I'm driven to, it drives me back to this table to
It's the
watch it
best
over and
Dokes.
over again.
It's the best of Dokes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
So it's like, and arguably, it's like once they killed Dokes, they were never able to fill that void, and it's like drags to the show like throughout. Like I don't know, it's like they never got anywhere close to that much tension with like.
Also the best of Dexter, just
yeah.
because like you see his emotions and who he is
It's
a lot more
also
clearly.
it's also like the only season where Dexter's an actual villain. You know.
New Blood does it too.
Well, of the
We aren't
The original
talking about
show.
New
Okay.
Blood. Yeah.
Season 7 does it a little bit, but not nearly as good. Yeah, it's the what works about it too. Yeah, is like the last 4 episodes, Dexter is the villain, right? Like you're rooting for Dokes at that point.
Yeah.
not according to a lot of people online.
Oh no, people online think that Dexter's like a fucking.
They think he's
angel.
Jesus Christ, like
he's
incarnate. Dude.
Well, fucking God, not to get super derailed, but it's just really annoyed me about the Dexter community is like how much of a superhero they think Dexter is. while the fucking new series was like airing, like I literally saw a comment saying, it's really selfish of Batista to go after Dexter in this season. What will capturing him really accomplish other than feeding his ego? It's like, he's a serial killer.
Okay.
He's killed a lot of innocent people
Yes.
too. Like it's not like they made a
So-
point to that.
Following on to this, like even Dexter's like, yeah, the Dark Defender, like he scoffs at it, right? He scoffs at the idea that
It's what he
he's a
wants.
hero.
Yeah.
It's
But he knows that he's not.
No,
he
yeah, he
recognizes
does.
that.
And even then, he still doesn't fully recognize how fucked up he is. You know,
But let's move on to my second watch, which I've started watching Mindhunter, which
Great show,
hell
great
yeah.
show.
I hadn't watched for a long time, or I've heard about it, but I hadn't watched it up until now.
that's a good fall show. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
it's not even like I don't think it's really set in autumn, but it just kind of fits the vibes to me.
It kind of just got suggested on my feed, and I was like, you know what? I'll give this a shot. Finally, it's pretty good. I'm like 6 episodes in, but that one, it explores the mind of serial killers.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting watching that right after watching season 2 of Dexter and being like, and
yeah.
thinking about it. Yeah.
All the interviews are the best part of that. You know, when they're
Yeah.
sitting down and they're talking to them, it's always very creepy, and yeah, like disturbing. And, the part that again that they're real people. I don't think it does a like. There's always a fine line with shows like that where it's like, are they like you don't want to become like was it Ryan Johnson who just like seems like he's really glorifying a lot of this shit. Where
Ryan
it's
Johnson?
not Ryan Johnson. Oh god, what's his name? He did like American Horror Story. He did his most recent one. He came out with Ed Gein.
Oh, the monster,
the monster
guy.
guy.
Yeah. I can't remember his name right now.
Did you watch the Jeffrey Dahmer one? Didn't we talk about this last week?
I didn't finish
Am I
it.
tripping?
No, I don't think we talked about it. I was watching most of it. I really like Evan Peters, and
Yeah, he's
I
really
was
good.
I was kind of enjoying it. And then I kind of just like stopped.
The first episode is very good.
Yeah.
The rest of the show is like, I feel like it is.
It peaks in episode 1 for sure.
It's very like hit or miss. There's some pretty good episodes. Some were like not.
Ryan
as
Murphy,
good.
I think that's his name.
Greg Araki directed an episode of Monster.
Oh.
So
I've
Good job,
heard.
Greg.
I haven't heard great things about
Ed
the,
Gein.
the Ed Gein one.
Neither have I.
And I think it's kind of weird. Like the main, like Ed Gein's like handsome in it. It's like what? It's like if you look at Ed
Hey, he's
Gein,
played by Charlie Hunnam. Like, what do you expect?
that's so weird. It's like they really want to make him like Leatherface. It seems like when it's like nah, he
Was
just-
not Leatherface at all. I
No.
hate the fact that everyone says that Ed Gein inspired Leatherface, which he
Yeah.
may have to a certain extent, but like
Yeah.
he's so fucking different.
Yeah.
Ed Gein was just kind of like the town moron
Mm-hmm.
who like didn't know how to process.
the quiet weirdo.
Yeah.
I mean, Leatherface wasn't exactly a genius.
Well,
No,
no, but
no.
Leatherface is just like pure evil. Ed Gein was
Is
just kind
Leatherface
of
pure evil in the first movie? He's kind of just like I've always seen him more as like a
Who's
product of his
Leatherface?
direct environment.
Texas Chainsaw
Yeah,
Massacre.
yeah. He's definitely. I think he's.
Like I wouldn't call him pure evil. I'd call him more like a wild
Well,
animal.
he commits pure evil. He
Yeah.
enacts pure evil.
He does seem like he's like manipulated a bit.
Yeah,
by, like
for
his
sure.
family and stuff. Like it's I do think he's a little bit more of a product of it. But it's like you could say the same for Ed Gein, where it's like Last Podcast does a great series when they talk about him.
They're gonna be
and-
glad you brought them up on this.
yeah. Big ups for Last Podcast coming.
Hail Gein.
Yeah, Hail Gein. But like his whole thing is like it's just like a lot of serial killers and stuff. It's like sad where it's like, damn, dude. But like his upbringing was so twisted and his mom was so like demented and like messed up that it's like how of course this guy's gonna become like a serial killer. But I don't know. A lot of other people deal with even worse stuff and they don't turn out that way. So it's like it's still like tragic. So I kind of get. There's always that fascination, which is understandable, but it's still like, it's like, does he have to be played by Charlie Hunnam? Like, I don't know.
No.
It's like that's kind of weird.
My son is twisted. It's a line from Sons of Anarchy. My boy is all twisted.
Ooh, well,
All right.
sounds like it's time to wrap it up a little bit.
Yeah, sun's getting real low.
We have
Yep.
30 more minutes discussion of your favorite movie, Miles.
We didn't even talk about the movie we saw in theaters.
Oh, what movie
we
did
could
you
do
see in
we could
theaters?
do a 30-second one battle after another.
Oh, I
which Rod
also saw that one. Yeah, I did.
It was good.
I liked it.
It was really funny.
I had mixed feelings about it, to be honest. It's one that I'm like,
Oh.
I think I have to revisit later. But watching it, I was like, yeah, there's a lot of good moments. I think all the actors were great though. Like very
Sean Penn was like fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like every 5 years we get a really good movie villain. Like he's our 5-year cash in for like, you deserve a good movie villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio is very good as well.
He's fucking
He's the
hilarious in
most
it.
like ineffectual fucking or ineffective
character.
I've ever seen in a movie.
Who's that
but
fucking
it somehow
freak out there?
works. Whatever you do to her, I'm gonna do your whole fucking family. He's great. He's great.
What's up, homie?
Yeah. It's good.
All right.
Anyway,
Someone gonna ask me what my pick is?
Oh, Blake,
right.
yeah. We're
You shouldn't even get a fucking pick.
Fuck you.
Jason, do you
Just
want another
stealing
pick?
picks, yeah.
I'm not stealing picks. What are
Bro,
you talking
I've had
about?
one pick in like 8 months.
That's because you don't fight for it.
And you just get to choose whenever the fuck we watch a TV show.
Miles technically stole your most recent pick.
I apologize.
I blame Blake. Don't
I
even
hope
worry
the
about it,
Boogans
Miles.
was worth it, Miles. The Boogans, Halloween.
What's your pick?
Wait. I'm trying to. We also have to figure out what we're going to do on actual Halloween, but I guess that could be a discussion for next.
Oh, we could do what we did last time.
Yeah, we could do another roulette. Life is like
Yeah.
a roulette
Ooh.
wheel. What's that from? Sometimes you
know.
get the bad numbers. It's from BoJack Horseman.
Oh, okay.
My pick is the 1962 film Carnival of Souls.
Fun.
I'm excited. I've only watched it one time. I really liked it when I had watched it. I own the Criterion.
I think I
have-
do as well.
I know nothing of
Do
this.
you own the Criterion for that movie?
I think I do.
Why?
I don't know.
That's not even like a movie I don't think you'll like that much. I mean, maybe you will. Maybe you will, actually.
There's a lot of like Criterions that I buy. If I see a Criterion at like Target or Walmart that's like $5, then I just buy it.
I'm definitely
Nice.
excited to watch it again. I've only seen it once, like maybe 6 years ago or something, and I really liked it. I think it's a great horror movie. Definitely excited to see what you guys think about it.
All right. What's our I think this rounds off like 4 decades for us because it's going to be the 60s. We didn't have the 70s. No, we double dipped in the 80s. Or no, when did the Boogans come out? Do we remember?
It feels like the 80s.
The Boogans was the 80s, yeah.
Has to be. So no, yeah, we hit the 80s twice. But no, I was going to say, I thought it was, we needed one in the 70s. But still,
Maybe we could
Misery
do a
was technically the 90s.
yeah, 90s, 80s, and now 60s.
maybe we can like choose 70s movies for actual Halloween.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we can
70s is like, that's some peak horror in there. So yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I watched a movie from the 70s. I'll talk about it.
you can do it really quick. You can do it.
Fucking Phantasm.
Oh,
Fucking
Phantasm.
crazy.
Okay.
Crazy movie. Super cool. Super fun. That's all I'll say. We're running late.
All right. Thank
Watch
you,
that movie,
everyone,
though.
for listening. This concludes week 3 of Horror Week. Week 4 next week, Halloween, all the good stuff. Please watch
Carnival of Souls.
Carnival of Souls if you would like to keep up, and we shall have a discussion for you next Thursday.
all right.
All right.
Bye.
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 Carnival of Souls.